everyone is saying aloha or aloha oe. You'll find the words on the back of your program on the bottom. You can sing along with us during the chorus. This song was written by Princess Liliuokalani in the late 1870s. So please, everyone, join us. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the little gift. At this time, we'd also like to present our leis. You notice that we're all wearing little purple dendrobium leis to our Fujinkai members who are over 80 years old. They have been in our kitchens and in our lives for as long as the church has been around, and probably even before. So I would like to call out your names, please, go ahead and just stand up at your table, and the people from the stage will come down and present you with a lei. So we have Mrs. Shizawa Mura, Mrs. Haru Hamamoto, Mrs. Michi Honda, Mrs. Takiko Hatsushi. Please stand up so you can be identified. I know some of you don't want everybody to know that you're 80 years old. Sorry. Mrs. Mutsuko Hirabayashi, Mrs. Mali Kitajima, Mrs. Betty Kitani, Mrs. Takeko Maruyama, Mrs. Mary Misaki, Mrs. Maureen Nakano, Mrs. Lillian Okamura, Mrs. Hajime Ota, and everybody, she is 101 years old. Oh, she's over there. She's over in the corner. 101 years old. Please give her a hand. Mrs. Kei Otani, Mrs. Arlene Shibata, Mrs. Joy Tsurui, Mrs. Chiz Yamauchi, Mrs. Toyoko Yoshioka, Mrs. Yaeko Yasuhiro. Now, are there any Fujinkai members who I have missed? Because that means that I don't know you're 80 years old. We'd also like to present a lei to Mrs. Umezu, Mrs. Yukawa, and Mrs. Matsubayashi. So
we're not 80.
I understand. They're not 80 years old. That's okay. Did we miss anybody? So please give an applause to all of our ladies.
I know you're not 80.
I'm not 80. Oh. Okay. And now some closing words.
Okay, how about another big round of applause for all our entertainers today? Especially Mrs. Yamada. We're gonna miss having your musical support of our church. On behalf of the SACC board, thank you everybody for coming here again today, and I hope you had a great time. Thanks to all our special guests for joining us today, and I know some of you traveled far to be with us. And a special thanks to our 50th committee, and Gail Minamoto. I think Gail is around here somewhere, probably working still. But I'd like to thank her and the committee. We've worked hard for almost over a year to put all this together. And I guess, as most of you know who's done this, this isn't easy to pull off. And I also would like to thank our special guest hostess today, Kristi Yamaguchi, for taking time in your busy time to be with us. How about a round of applause? And now I think my better half Karen has a few words of appreciation on the 50th committee.
Again, as part of the committee, we did work on this for a couple of years. I do need to acknowledge Gail for taking the helm and doing all of this for the last 2 years. I'm not going to list everybody that's in the back of the program because, you know, you don't want to hear me listing off names, but I think that everybody gave up a lot of their time and energy to make this day happen. And we were really excited when we realized that we were going to be the ones who were going to be helping the temple celebrate their 50th. So I think when we went in there with gusto, and today we're going, okay, just another half an hour. I do want to let everybody know that the flowers on the table are up for grabs, and it's really going to be, of course, as it always is, somebody who has the closest birthday to today. You can take home the centerpiece. And now I think there's 3 more. So, well, we'll raffle them off to the highest bidder. Oh, you know what we should do? We'll let Reverend Mrs. Mezzo take it. Maybe they can enjoy it. And oh, somebody's birthday's today. Okay. All right. I'm going to ask Kristi to come up and close this for us today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Karen. Well, it was just a wonderful celebration today.